Hi, Jason Pilgrim here from the Profitable Practice Podcast, where we help allied health professionals just like you empower and inspire the lives of so many more people by building bigger and better businesses. Let's go and get stuck in right now. We all hear about the word hope and hope-ium, and we need set structures and this and that in regards to our business growth, and in many respects that is absolutely true. But there's one very big thing around hope in your business that is actually a positive, and the reason why we need to get that balancing act in place. It's almost like a seesaw, so let me explain it to you right now as to how you can harness it and get the most from it moving forward. As I probably just said in the introduction right now, hope is something that we hear all the time in building people's businesses, and it's a little bit of a scare tactic at times that people use to try and make people read more about their marketing, how they can help them build their business, etc. You don't want to rely on hope, and hope-ium is something that is going to kill you and your business, etc. And to be totally honest, there is a huge amount of that in play. So I'm not going to criticize that, because I see it all the time with so many health business owners just relying on hope. They go and do the flyer and hope that it works. They are just going to go and do one marketing strategy and hope that it gives them the results. They're going to employ a new team member and do a bit of a discount promotion and hope that that gets the extra amount of clients in that's going to bring them into a break-even position or a particular gross profit position for that new team member. It is rampant, it happens all the time, and it's not a smart move. But if we actually stop and think about hope, there is actually a huge positive to it as well. And so simply put, hope in your business journey and the way in which you need to address and understand hope is actually like a seesaw. On one end is hope being bad, such as people then just rely on it, cross their fingers and hope that what they've just done, they've gone and done a presentation to a doctor's surgery that's got 5 doctors, and they just hope that that's now going to turn on the tap for a flood of new referrals. Dumb move. Bad move, and that can be the negative side of hope, that we're just going to park down on the right hand side of that seesaw. But the other end of the seesaw, obviously we know what a seesaw is, right? Like as a kid, one end, and it doesn't work if you just have one big fat kid sitting on the end of a seesaw. It completely doesn't work. It needs to be balanced. And so on the other end of the seesaw, we want to actually put in place the fact that hope can actually be a really good thing for your business. Now let me explain. See, hope is a foundational principle for any change, okay? And people only ever change because they actually have hope, right? If people don't have hope, they will never actually change. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, you're responsible for what changes happen in your life, but you're also ultimately responsible for what happens in your professional side of things of your career and what happens in your business moving forward. So if it's 100% up to you, which it is, in regards to the changes that need to be made and the changes that often need to be made but aren't made, then ultimately hope is actually going to be a positive thing, because without hope you won't change. Now, we're not going to get into the scenario in this podcast all about the avenues of change, and I've done a podcast recently about that, the 6 steps. So if you want to grab that, the guaranteed way to actually utilize those 6 steps to get the guaranteed success that you want, then please go and grab that. But suffice to say this, hope is actually something that you need in your business journey. It's something that's a positive to you moving forward when you understand it and when you utilize it for the right reasons, but when you make sure you don't just rely on it as the sole way for your business to grow, okay? And that's that balancing aspect. Down the left-hand side of that metaphoric seesaw that I'm talking about is the fact that hope is what drives change. And I'm not going to get into the side either today about the avenues around how people do or do not make changes in regards to, put your head in the sand, right? Pretend it's not there. The old avenue of making excuses and denying things are a problem, etc. I'm not going to get into that. The fact of the matter is just simply this. I don't want you to just believe that Hope-ium is bad for your business because you heard it by some marketing person telling you that you can't rely on Hope-ium. Hope-ium's going to kill your business. You got to hope that something's right. You got to hope that that marketing strategy is what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely. If you only rely on that one strategy, if you don't actually test and measure, if you don't actually systemize it, learn from it, and grow from it as a result, then absolutely, Hope-ium and relying on hope will kill your business. But what they don't tell you is that hope is also the foundational principle for change, and without it, you won't actually be able to change, and therefore, without change, you can't actually make a purchasing decision, you can't actually understand what needs to be done on the test and measure of the marketing side, you don't really understand how to then beat any anxiety you have in and around making those changes. So without the hope, you're not going to then employ that new team member to be able to grow the clinic or grow the business. Without a level of hope that what you're doing with your 2 or 3 digital marketing strategies is going to help and improve, then you're not going to make that change to do them in the first place. So let's just understand hope for what it is. It's both an exceptionally powerful positive influence on getting more business growth and development for your business and yourself personally and professionally. We just don't want to rely on it 100% of the time. So guys, think about it this way. You've got your seesaw. Down the right hand end is the negative side of hope. I'm not telling you to just rely on Hope-ium, just rely on one marketing strategy. I don't want you to just, walk in and hope that things are going to be right. We need to make sure that we have the right systems, we have the right policies and procedures, we've got the right team and the right culture, we've got to have multiple marketing strategies, we've got to make sure that we actually have a professional, practical and digital 3-way approach to our monthly marketing. We need to have all of those structures in place. We need to test and measure. We need the right relationships, the right systems, the right models. All of those avenues are crucial. I have my 9 accelerators to a $1 million health business, and whether it's $1 million or 2 million or 20, it doesn't matter, right? It's at the end of the day, a successful business model needs to have those 9 accelerators, and they're based on my 5-time internationally award-winning business blueprint. But I don't rely on just one of them and hope that that works. I know that it's about getting all 9 of them in the right sync together, working on the ones that need a little bit more time, a little bit more avenues in that point to be a better strength in that avenue. So I don't rely on hope, but I know that it's around structures and systems and the model moving forward. What I also know at the other end of the seesaw is that hope is such a powerful avenue, because without it, I'm not going to make the change. If it means I need to change around a clinical model, then I need to have hope, because without the hope that it is the right thing to do, I'm not going to make that change. I need to be able to have hope, because hope is what's going to enable me to feel more positive, change my belief, change my attitude, change my behavior, and they're part of those 6 steps I referenced before. So without hope, I'm not going to do those avenues and then employ that new person or change around and make a key avenue of expenditure or revenue generating decisions in my business moving forward. So guys, please understand that a seesaw is in place in and around hope in your business. It is definitely a positive for your business. You need to embrace it, you need to know it, you need to understand that fundamentally drives change and is the first driver to you to be able to get more structured approach in your business. But I'm also not saying to only rely on hope. There are multiple things that you need to do in your business right now, multiple marketing strategies, not just one, not just cross your fingers and hope. So understand it, that if you leave hope to just be the driving force, then you're in for a tough battle and your business is not going to be surviving. But if you do embrace hope for what it is and how it does drive change, then you're going to be able to guarantee a lot more business growth for yourself, professionally, your team, and ultimately get a lot more success for what you're wanting to achieve in your career moving forward from there. So embrace hope. It is a fundamental part of the changing structure of a business, the way in which you're going to change your decision-making process and ultimately lead a better, happy, healthier life for your business and yourself moving forward from there. So So it's hope. It's a balancing act of hope. Grow it, grow your business by understanding both ends of that equation. Cheers for now.
Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.